Hello everyone. Well, I'm back with another new video lesson. It is 5th semester syllabus and the name of the topic is Swami Vivekananda's speech. Let's learn about the author is Swami Vivekananda. Well, Swami Vivekananda, born in the year 1863 and died in the year 1902, was a Hindu spiritual leader and reformer. Vivekananda is a name that always finds close affinity with knowledge of Indian philosophy, Vedanta. After the great Ramakrishna passed away, Vivekananda founded himself Ramakrishna Mutt and the Ramakrishna Mission. Well, he is considered to be an important influence in the revival Hindu thought and nationalism in India. And he delivered lectures spreading Hindu ideology in the Western countries. Swami Vivekananda is considered youth icon of India, inspiring countless generations of Indians, and his birthday is celebrated as we know as the National Youth Day. Let's see. English for communication, new syllabus for third year students. Let's understand introduction and theme of Swami Vivekananda's speech. Swami Vivekananda is best known in the United States for his groundbreaking speech to the 1893 World's Parliament of Religions, in which he introduced Hinduism to America and called for religious tolerance and an end to fanaticism. Well, it was the effect of the remarkable message that he was given a 2-minute standing ovation. And the speech of Swami Vivekananda in Chicago Parliament brought the light into the souls of numerous people, and unsurprisingly his words inspired numerous followers to actions. And his speech that still continues to play a relevant role in the society. Well, now let's move to understand the short summary of Swami Vivekananda's speech. Well, the speech was delivered by Swami Vivekananda, who represented India as a Hindu monk at the World Parliament of Religion held in Chicago in the year 1893. He began the speech by addressing the audience as sisters and brothers of America, which won wide accolades by the audience. He then thanked in the name of ancient monks in the world, mother of all religions and millions of Hindus of all classes and sects. And he further states that he was proud to belong to a religion which has taught the world both tolerance and universal acceptance, and he feels elated to be a citizen of country that has become home to people of varied cults and religions. Well, let's continue the summary of Swami Vivekananda's speech. Well, he also mentioned to be proud of being of religion, which has sheltered refugees of all religion and all nation of the earth. He also went on to mention that all religion is like the droplets of water having different sources and finally mingles with the sea. It means different religions paths that the people tread will lead to one God. And he affirms the fact that the goal of all doctrines is to reach God as enunciated in the Gita. The world has been plagued by evils like sectarianism and bigotry, without which he feels human society might have progressed better. Well, now let's move to analyze the Swami Vivekananda speech? Well, it was Swami Vivekananda who made an outstanding and impressive speech on behalf of entire Hinduism, and he called for humanism and tolerance, and his magnificent sentences sounded like the blessing magic spell for numerous listeners. The perfect proficiency in English, deeply sounded voice, respectful behavior that was full of diligence, and appropriate highly cultured rhetoric techniques like metaphors, parallelism, simile, and various pronouns made an indelible impression on the numerous human minds of those times. Sisters and brothers of America, with the help of such metaphor, he just equated every human, regardless of gender or race, to very close personalities. Well, now let's move to understand, let's appreciate the Swami Vivekananda speech. Well, his speech at the World Religion Conference in Chicago is still considered as the most effective speech given by any Indian. Swami Vivekananda mentioned communalism, religious bigotry, and violence in his address. He said that if these evils had not happened, the world would have been a better place than today. Vivekananda's speech serves as a beacon light in the modern times and can be a source of truth for entire nations. Vivekananda, in his speech, emphasized on two vital requirements for world peace, brotherhood, and universal acceptance. It's India, which has always believed in Vasudhaiva Kutumbam. It means the world is one family. Alright, dear student, well, it keeps me end of my today's lesson. I shall come up with another new video lesson. Until then, keep practicing. Have a nice time. God bless you.
Distinguished delegates to the World's Parliament of Religions, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the afternoon session of the opening day today, the 11th of September, 1893. We now introduce you to Swami Vivekananda from India and request him to address us. Swami Vivekananda.
Sisters and brothers of America, it fills my heart with joy unspeakable to rise in response to the warm and cordial welcome which you have given us. I thank you in the name of the most ancient order of monks in the world. I thank you in the name of the Mother of Religions, and I thank you in the name of the millions and millions of Hindu people of all classes and sects. My thanks also to some of the speakers on this platform who, referring to the delegates from the Orient, have told you that these men from far-off nations may well claim the honor of bearing to different lands the idea of toleration. I am proud to belong to a religion which has taught the world both tolerance and universal acceptance. We believe not only in universal toleration, but we accept all religions as true. I am proud to belong to a nation which has sheltered the persecuted and the refugees of all religions and all nations of the earth. I am proud to tell you that we have gathered in our bosom the purest remnant of the Israelites who came to southern India and took refuge with us in the very year in which their holy temple was shattered to pieces by Roman tyranny. I am proud to belong to the religion which has sheltered and is still fostering the remnant of the grand Zoroastrian nation. I will quote to you, brethren, a few lines from a hymn which I remember to have repeated from my earliest boyhood, which is every day repeated by millions of human beings. As the different streams, having their sources in different places, all mingle their water in the sea, so, O Lord, the different paths which men take through different tendencies, various though they appear, crooked or straight, all lead to Thee. The present convention, which is one of the most august assemblies ever held, is in itself a vindication, a declaration to the world of the wonderful doctrine preached in the Gita. Whosoever comes to me, through whatsoever form, I reach him. All men are struggling through paths which in the end lead to me. Sectarianism, bigotry, and its horrible descendant, fanaticism, have long possessed this beautiful earth. They have filled the earth with violence, drenched it often and often with human blood, destroyed civilization, and sent whole nations to despair. Had it not been for these horrible demons, human society would be far more advanced than it is now. But their time is come, and I fervently hope that the bell that tolled this morning in honor of this convention may be the death knell of all fanaticism, of all persecutions with the sword or with the pen, and of all uncharitable feelings between persons wending their way to the same goal.